so I took a break and got some pizza. Upon my return, and to my surprise, my friend was having a conversation with a suburban teen, and enjoying it too. As I stood there and watched my friend having a conversation with a suburban teen, I knew that this is what Wymore is about. It's about bringing down the inequalities we face on a daily basis and bridging suburban and urban teens together. Wymore allows teens from all ethnicities, communities, and backgrounds to come together and share our stories to motivate one another to help our fellow peers. And that is what constantly motivates me to stay a part of Wymore.
Like Nikisha said, our success requires bridging this gap. It has been crucial in the success of all of Wymore's work. Personally, my main motivation has stemmed from the belief that no one should have a greater opportunity of success than another. It isn't the choice of youth in Roxbury to have lower air quality than the youth in Brookline. It isn't the choice of youth in Dorchester to lose their summer jobs, and it wasn't my choice that I do not face these same issues. It is not simply fair and doesn't uphold my values to sit back and relax because I was born into a certain life that will allow me to go to college with more opportunities than others. At the same time though, when there are issues in my own community of Lexington that need changing, I know that I'll be able to call on the other youth in Wymore to fight with me. This is about solidarity. That's what it means to work in a coalition, ensuring youth opportunities for all. As a debater from Lexington High School, I found it frustrating to debate about hypothetical political scenarios about the U.S. withdrawing from Iraq and Afghanistan and Japan, not because they weren't important, but because they weren't taking action on the issues that we needed to address in our own communities. Through Wymore, we take action together. Wymore is not just about helping others, it is about helping each other. This is about solidarity. With any inequality in society, there is a structural problem, and no one can create structural change alone. We need Wymore as a coalition and nothing less. Wymore's goal is to create relationships that make real change with genuine care for each other's lives. For Wymore, that real change comes partly in the relationships that we build with our legislators in meetings in the State House and actions like these. It's building these kinds of relationships that has allowed us to win millions of dollars in the Massachusetts budget last year. And that real change also comes in the relationships that we build with other teams. For Wymore, real change starts with listening to our stories. Stories help us decide where to act. This year, we've acted on youth job opportunities, environmental justice, and finding enough funding for all youth priorities. This last piece is extremely important because in the past year, Wymore has realized that we're always pitted against each other for the same small pot of money that falls under the tree of human services. We need to find new ways to expand that pot if we are going to find easier ways to fund our initiatives in our future, which is why we will focus on ways to generate progressive new revenue in the future of Wymore.
Tonight, you'll get a chance to act with us on our campaigns to get more funding for youth jobs and our new campaign to get cleaner air for all communities. We have invited a number of powerful decision makers to celebrate, to challenge, and to partner with. Being a partner means that we take each other seriously and hold each other accountable. So tonight is not just about giving awards. We are going to ask our partners to publicly commit to further steps to focus on youth priorities. Eleanor is going to be keeping track of our victories, so you can literally see our community changing for the better right before our eyes. So can we give her a round of applause? You can also follow on the back of your agenda. We'll begin by explaining to you why we care about these issues. And to do that, I want to introduce Terry Hyatt, Zaria Cooper, and Chorus Today.
Hello, my name is Terry Hyatt, and I work for Dorchester Bay Youth Force in Wymore. We have been organizing for over 2 years now, so that teens in Boston and around the state can have more job opportunities. As someone who has benefited from these opportunities, I can say that more teens need them too. Growing up in Dorchester, the days of tag and hide and seek were long gone. As a child, I remember spending more days in the house rather than outside with my siblings. My mother was so worried about stray bullets crossing our paths that, to this day, I still remember her saying, bullets don't have a name on them, and to be careful when we're outside. In the 5th grade, I told my mom that I would not follow the path of those around me, but I would create a path for my younger brother so he could one day follow too. When I turned 15, I got an interview at Youth Force. From then on, I started working there. At first, I didn't really like to speak or how I felt, but as the years went by, I noticed I was becoming a positive leader to my friends and family. I learned better speaking skills, made speeches, and trained other youth in how to make my community better. And I was able to get my friends and my little brother a job. I kept that 5th grade promise to my mom and also to myself. And I showed them that there are more positive things to do than just hanging out in the streets. Now I've been a community organizer for 4 years, and I see a greater leader in me since I first started working at Youth Force. Now you'll hear from another speaker.
Hello, my name is Ari. I'm also with Youth Force and now in 10th grade. As you just heard from my friend Tyree, when teens have jobs, they grow, they learn, and they become positive. Role models. My story reflects on what occurs when teens lose these opportunities. My brother had a job in high school. Back then, he was more independent. He got his own things. When my younger brothers and sister wanted something to eat, he would take them out. If he was going to the store, he would bring my brothers and sisters with him and buy them stuff. It made him feel happy because he took responsibility and becoming an adult. He was my role model. I can honestly say he was my inspiration. I never really looked up to anybody but him. My brother lost his job and then things changed. My brother lost his job and his personality changed so quickly that within a few months he went to jail. When he came back, he was a whole new person I did not recognize. Now he still doesn't have a job. He is not responsible, he is not happy. He gets in arguments with our mom and is dependent on her. It is hurtful to see my brother struggle, and it is even worse for my mother to see her oldest child struggle. I hate to see her struggle. It's like his self-esteem decreased. It's hard for people with a record to get jobs. You have to put in way more effort to disprove of everyone's stereotypes. He feels as though he really has no chance, so he loses faith in finding a job and gives up on his search. The youth jobs funding includes a percentage for people specifically like my brother. With the help of youth jobs for high-risk teens, my brother could become the Zaire I want to see. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cora Siegel. If I had to pick a highlight of my high school career, it would definitely be my job with Suburban Justice, an organization that works to empower teens to take action around systemic issues such as race, class, and gender. Before I got my job with Suburban Justice, I struggled with extreme depression and low self-esteem. Once I began sharing my experiences and learning about other people, I felt I had potential as an individual and as a community member. I also began learning how to organize and take action around these issues. The Suburban Justice community makes me feel like a more well-rounded, amazing young woman, and I feel the same way about my coworkers. I've had this amazing experience, but there are thousands of teens who deserve an experience like this, but won't have one. Even as we stand here, opportunities for young people in suburban schools are getting cut back. All young people need these kind of positive learning spaces with community and responsibility expected of us outside of school. We should not be pitted against each other for these resources. That's why I asked, after hearing Tyree, Zaria's, and my story, that I hope you understand how crucial it is that teens have experience like this and where they can feel productive, safe, and accepted. A number of organizations get funding from the Youth Works program, which is
which we are fighting to restore today. It is clear how important this issue is. Please stand if you or someone you know has built self-esteem from having a teen job. Now please stand if you or a teen you know has struggled to find a job. That is an equal amount of people. Even though the youth jobs have such a positive effect on people, it is very hard to find a job. Thank you. You may be seated. Now please turn to the person next to you and talk about how you've benefited from a job you've had as a teen. If you've never had a job, talk about what you hope to get from a job one day. Okay, we can start wrapping up.
Hi everyone. Before we start, I'd just like everyone to turn around and take a look at how many people are in this room. We have people standing in the back. We've exceeded all of our expectations to turn out for this event. We are so excited to see you all here.
Hi, my name is Pam Madonna, and I'm a sophomore at Brookline High School. I work with Sub/Urban Justice.
My name is Jesse Weiss. I'm a senior at Arlington High School, and I come here representing Bethel Temple Center in Belmont. So first, thank you guys so much for your stories. They were really powerful. These aren't the only 3 stories like this. There are countless others. And all of these stories help us better understand how essential jobs are for the well-being of all youth. Let's take a look at the politics behind what we've been up to for the past few months.
In 2009, federal stimulus money provided for more teen jobs than usual. The state provided about $8.8 million, and the federal government provided $16 million. Cities in Massachusetts kicked in a little bit more money.